And it's interesting that the lowest score that it got was actually for the midsole in the ride. So the original super shoe designed for podiums and PRs, built for world standards, is back for its 3rd edition. So this is the Vaporfly 3, and yet it is the original super shoe. The original Vaporfly took the world by storm and pretty much created this era of super shoes. Now the Vaporfly 3 continues like its predecessors. It's a neutral road racing shoe, coming in at a super light racy weight of 6.5 ounces or 184 grams in a men's size 9, and it's coming in at the lower end of the super shoe price, $330 here in Australia, $250 in the US. Now this is the lightest super shoe on the market, so can't go wrong with the score here, 9.5 out of 10, and the price, it's not going up in price, so happy with where it sits, 8 out of 10. So in the upper here, we've got an updated version of their Flynet. So this version of the Flynet is more closely related to what you would have seen in the Alphafly, but ridiculously breathable, so light, so airy. So the material is really nice actually. Padding wise, there is very minimal padding on this shoe. It's a race day shoe, so there is a little bit of thin padding on the tongue, and we've got a internal heel pad there, and that's all the padding that you're going to get on this shoe. The heel counter, it's actually quite firm, so there is a bit of structure there, but not too bad there. The tongue, it is not gusseted, but I'm not having tongue issues with this one. It's not going left or right, so happy with the tongue. It's got the wing fit at the top of the tongue that sort of goes around the top of the foot, so that's going quite nicely at the moment. The laces are offset, so they're just not coming down the side of the foot, so they're just on the side, just to relieve a bit of that laces pressure. The laces that they're using are reminiscent of the ones that they use on the Alphafly, so they've just got the little nodules on the side of the laces to help cinch the laces down. The toe box here is quite roomy, and it's definitely a lot roomier than the previous versions. That was one of my bugbears in my first impressions. However, I've nailed that now. I've nailed the lockdown in this shoe using the runner's knot, and now I'm actually quite enjoying this roomy toe box. It's a really comfortable shoe. I'm not getting any hot spots. There's no discomfort at all. The fit, yes, definitely true to size. I can't really think of anything that needs changing in this upper. Maybe a gusseted tongue, that's about it, and maybe the toe box could shrink a little bit, but I've actually got no complaints about this upper, so I'm pretty happy. 9 out of 10. Right, so in the midsole here, this is where all the magic is meant to happen in this shoe. So full Zoom X midsole, so the best foam on the market. Sandwiched between that is their carbon plate, and that really makes this shoe very rigid. Stack height wise, 40 millimeters in the rear, 32 in the front, 8mm drop. Now the big updates from the previous version to this is the geometry of the shoe. So they've actually moved the rocker, so it definitely feels like the rocker has moved more towards the midfoot, and I think that's user friendly. It definitely feels more gutsy around the midfoot. The rocker is not as aggressive as it used to be, but that makes it quite comfortable at them slower speeds, and also it's pretty easy to dial into marathon pace. I don't think it's as quick at the higher end speeds as the previous versions, but that's maybe just my running style. But ride wise, so my initial first impressions, I wasn't wowed. I can actually say it's grown on me, so it's grown on me just a little. So it definitely feels softer than what I first experienced, so it's still responsive, it's still snappy, it's softer than I originally thought. I'm enjoying the relaxed rocker. I'd probably like it a little bit more aggressive, just to have a little bit more confidence to go faster in it. But with the rocker in that spot, the ride is very consistent, so I'm happy with that. It doesn't have explosive energy return, or you're not getting that big squish and bounce like you did in the Vaporfly one, or even the Alphafly. It's quite a moderate sensation of energy return. And again, overall, it's not blowing me away, but I'm actually enjoying the midsole. I'm enjoying the ride. Nothing crazy. 8 out of 10. So again, in the outsole here, big updates from the previous version. So we've got pretty much all the forefoot is virtually covered in the rubber. It's a waffle type outsole grip, and this is really grippy. So it's actually pretty grippy as well in those greasy conditions. So really happy about that. I've nearly got 100 kilometers up on this one already, and there is virtually no wear whatsoever. There's a tiny little bit of wear right up around the toe, but it's wearing quite well. And actually the midsole as well, what I forgot to mention, the midsole's holding up quite well. I'm experiencing no flattening out in there. Also in the outsole, they've got their cutout here, so you can see that exposed fly plate or their carbon plate through there. They've got exposed foam, which is just through here itself, and then in the high wear areas, they've just got some rubber. But overall, apart from the exposed foam, there is minimal wear on this shoe. The grip is great. I'm actually pretty happy with it. 8.5 out of 10. Right, so best use for the Vaporfly 3. Definitely, so for rec runners, it is suitable for anything from a 5k to your marathon. So super versatile, but just be wary, it may get a little unstable if you are a big pronator. So who is it best for? Definitely best for neutral runners that love a really light shoe. Feels light and feathery on the foot. So this one's going to suit you. So if you want to break your PB on park run or your next marathon, this shoe is definitely a great option for that. Okay, similar shoes, so I'm going to go for the Puma Fast R Nitro Elite. Very, very similar feeling to this and quite versatile from 5k up to marathon. I'm going to go the Adidas Adios Adizero Pro 3. I think that's all the names I got right, but that's Adidas's marathon shoe. So that one's within this category as well. Also, something very similar is going to be the older Vaporfly model, so you can probably pick up a bargain on the two at the moment. So in summary, yes, this has grown on me just a little bit. So again, it's not blowing me out of the water, but there's actually not too much wrong with the shoe, so I can't really think of any updates that are gonna make this shoe really shine. Maybe a more aggressive rocker, but that's about the only change I think that you could make in this shoe. So as you can see there, it has got great scores all around. One of the best scores of the year. And it's interesting that the lowest score that it got was actually for the midsole in the ride. So the rest of the shoe really nailed. So yeah, if they can make that rocker a little bit more aggressive, this shoe would be near perfect. So obviously it's a buy from me. I still don't think it is as good as the original Alpha Fly or the original Vaporfly as a race day option, but this is still one of the best shoes on the market at this stage. So keen to hear your thoughts on what you think of any of the Vaporfly series. Have you got experience in the 1, 2, or the 3? If so, please let me know. And also, if you have got an opinion about the Alpha Fly as well, what's your favourite? Alpha Fly 1, 2, or are you a Vaporfly racer? Let us know in the comments below. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.